we will go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome the defending champions of the Zurich Classic from New Orleans, Ryan Palmer, Jon Rahm. Thanks for joining us, guys. Just got done with the Pro-Am. Obviously the course took a lot of water on last week. Just some thoughts on the course and being back here in defense of your title this week.
Go ahead.
Golf course wise, it's in great shape. It's a little soft in areas. Pretty impressed on how firm the greens are playing and the areas around the greens, the chipping areas. Today was a bit of a day with the winds, cold, blowing pretty good all day today. So it was hard to kind of get a lot of work done. But overall, the golf course is in fantastic shape. You're going to have the soft spots from all the rain, but overall, it's set up for a nice test and a lot of fun.
Jon, just a few thoughts. I know Ryan covered that. Just how the course suits your game, obviously fairly well based on y'all's performance together last year. Just thoughts on how TPC Louisiana works out for you.
Well, one of the reasons why the partnership worked so well is because we play similar game. We like to see the ball go left to right for the most part, right? So it's I think it matches up really well. It's a ball striker's golf course. Obviously, you got to hit it to the green really well. More so this year because what Ryan just said, the greens are a little bit firmer. So if you're not in the fairway, you're not in full control of the golf ball, it's going to be hard, right? So it should suit our strengths very well. And now excited to go ahead and play it again this year. We missed not being here last year, and it's really excited to be back.
Okay, one more question for me, and then I'll open it up to a few questions we have lined up. Just comments on your season so far, Jon. Obviously, great season with 8 top 10 finishes and 12 starts. Ryan, you runner-up at San Diego earlier this season. Just how you're feeling about your games, what you're confident in coming into the week. We'll start, Ryan. You want to go ahead and start?
No, I am very confident. It's been a fun year. It's been exciting as well. To begin the year, the return to golf at Colonial, hitting the first shot was very exciting for me and for me and James for sure. But it's been a very consistent year. Great finish at Torrey Pines, like you said. Had some good golf at the match play. Of course, ran into this guy on Friday, but we both played solid golf, and somebody's got to win that day. But played solid at San Antonio. Really solid golf at Augusta at the Masters. Just 2 bad holes. So. Overall, excited where I'm at. I love where my short game's at. I'm hitting the ball well, and we both get our games going this week. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Jon's the same question for you.
Yeah, I've been playing good. I would say obviously the last 2 weeks since the birth of a little one, I haven't figured out the right balance to be able to spend the time on the golf course and all that. Obviously went to Augusta with very little practice, and last week, it's definitely hard to leave the house now. It's definitely really hard to leave and try to focus. So I apologize in advance, buddy. It almost adds a before and after, right? It feels like whatever happened before 2 weeks ago, it's completely different. Changes your lifestyle, but when it comes to golf, it's been really solid so far this year. Like you said, a lot of top 10s. I'm just looking forward to getting myself really in the mix of things on a Sunday and get that win.
Okay, all right. Well, with that, we'll open it up for some questions. And just a reminder to those on the call, if you would, type your name in the chat so I can see that you have a question. I will call on you, and we'll start with Cameron Morfitt at PGAtour.com. Cameron?
Hi, guys. Just was wondering, there were Skittles involved when you won this thing last time. Wondering if you have any Skittles lined up for this week. And if not, if you have maybe a substitute like M&M's. And then also, as a follow-up to that, was it weird trying to knock one another out of the match play?
I mean, with the Skittles, caddies had the Skittles, right? I think it was Adam who was holding them, so it's gonna be up to them again. And the match play, it's a bittersweet thing, right? Like, we've played a lot of golf together, and we want to see each other succeed, but at the same time, you want to play good for yourself, right? So it's that's why when I made that putt to win and make it through, I didn't really celebrate it like I maybe would have in another different time, because I know what it means to me, but at the same time, I'm knocking out a friend, right? So again, it's a bittersweet moment.
Yeah, no, the Skittle thing. We'll see what's on the tee when we get there. That's up to Adam and James, but that took a life of its own that year. It was fun. So we'll see what transpires this year. But yeah, the match play was great. It was I was excited to at least play well and make it a match as well. I'm sure he did too. But yeah, at the end of the day, somebody's got to win, and it took 20 holes, which was great. But I was excited that it was a match to go through. It wasn't a match that didn't mean anything, and that was the cool about the day. Knowing we were playing here several weeks later, and we were going head to head to advance. So played great golf, and like I said, somebody had to win, and Jon went through that day.
You guys be having dinners together this week? How close is the team sticking to each other throughout the week?
Well, we already have, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't talked to our plans for tonight yet.
Yeah. We had a great dinner last night with Sean Payton and Drew Bree. Drew wasn't there, but Coach Payton and Mickey Loomis, the GM of the Saints, and some other friends. So we had a nice dinner together with Adam and James and the guys here in town. So then had a great day with Sean and Drew Brees today in the Pro-Am. So, Austin was Austin. That's in the past. So, we had a great few days so far, and we're ready to get after it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I've actually got 2 questions written in that somebody was having trouble getting online. The question is there any added pressure on you guys, a team event, to play well for the other one? You're obviously not playing just for yourself. Any added pressure there, or are you guys in a good enough position with each other to where that pressure kind of eliminates itself and you're just able to have fun? Ryan, we'll start with you.
No, I think there's always a little pressure there because you want to play well for your partner, and but at the same time, I'm very confident in his game. I don't worry about what he's going to do, and I think he feels the same way about me. And so for me, it's just taking care of my business. I know from what I've been doing in the past several weeks, my game will be there, and that's all I can take care of. And then, when it's not going as well, I know he'll be there to pick me up, and vice versa. So, there's always pressure in the game of golf.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to feel a pressure. So, yeah, you want to play well for him, but you're also trying to play well for yourself as well. And, but nothing abnormal, I don't ever feel when we're out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's added. It's still, even though your partner, still one guy hitting the shot, especially in the alternate shot day, right? So it's not added pressure. Obviously, we're both trying our hardest, and now that's what we can ask for. And what he said, if somebody needs to pick me up, you have somebody there to help you, which, that's a great thing about it.
Okay, I've got one more, and then we go to Brian Wacker. How about the decision on who tees off on odd even holes and enforce them to be all? What's your formula for the order of tee off and so forth?
Same as last time, right?
Yeah.
Keep it going.
James and Adam kind of came up with it in certain holes that kind of fit our game. So I tee off on the odds, whereas he tees off on the evens. So that was a strategy back then. We use each other's ball when needed on certain holes. So because we're both playing 2 different golf balls, and that's where you kind of try to find the to work with each other. I was helping. I was working with his ball a little bit last week at home, and which is fine. It's not that big a difference. We're both pretty good at this game, and the ball really doesn't matter for us this week. So it's a simple strategy that we used back then. So hopefully it'll work this week. Or plan on it to work.
Yeah, it is crazy, but that's the thing, right? Like sometimes it all depends on how you're planning the strategy. Are you doing it based on tee shot? Are you doing it based on who you want putting more, who you want hitting the iron shots? Right? All you can do is strategize. At the end of the day, you still have to execute and hit the shots. So I don't think we ever got too caught up on that. We're just doing exactly the same thing we did last time because it worked out, and feel like we have some familiarity with certain tee shots, and feel more comfortable with others than others.
Okay, fair enough. We'll go to Brian Wacker with Golf Digest. Brian.
Hey guys, thanks for doing this. A couple different questions. I'll start with the first one here about the Player Impact Program, which I'm sure you're obviously aware of at this point. Do you like it, and do you see either of you benefiting from it, or would you change anything in terms of social media and how you do things and so forth?
For me personally, it's not going to change what I do day in and day out. I'm not going to change what little I do on social media. It's not in my interest level from a social media standpoint. All I can do is go out and play golf. I'm I don't expect my TV coverage to get bigger and better or more to help with that. So, but I understand the program itself, what it's there for, and yeah, it's gonna help reward those players that, like they say, they move the needle out here on the PGA Tour, and there's certain guys out here on this tour that deserve it. I think they help drive the game, they help grow the game, and if it takes an impact program like this to keep moving and keep growing the game, then I have no issues whatsoever at all with it. But it's not going to change what I do. I've been out here long enough now, and I'm not going to change my regular day routine or what I do at home to try and be in that top 10. So it's not putting any added pressure on me for sure.
John, anything to add?
Not much to what he said. I mean, I'm not gonna. I think you might see maybe some players that could be on that list or are out on the edge over the years. Maybe try to use some of those criteria points to move or boost themselves up into higher position, right? Like in myself, I'm somebody who somewhat stays away from social media. But now that knowing that social media it's a big part of one of 5 things that counts towards the ranking. Well, I might try to start doing some things to maybe just boost the following a little bit. To be honest, I don't even know what the other points are. I think social media is one of them. Google searches is the other one. It seems like for the most part, if you play good golf, things take care of themselves. So social media is the one that you can kind of control, right? So you might see some people maybe more Instagram lives or whatever it is, or maybe lessons or Q&As or things like that, right? So you might start seeing more involvement. I'm pretty sure you'll definitely see more involvement in my part. And I think it's a good thing because you don't necessarily have to be one of the top 5 players in the world to have a chance, right? There's so many other ways to get around it. And if you have a strong social media presence, you might be able to get there. But, I obviously think it's a great idea.
Secondly, different question. Format of this tournament, 4 balls and foursomes. I'm assuming you obviously both like that. But if you could change any element of it, is there something you change, or rather, what would you do? Scramble, Scotch foursomes, anything along those lines.
Scramble would take so long to play.
I don't know what you do to change it. I think
keep it the way it is.
It's been pretty good the way it is. I think when they changed it from when they reversed the days, foursomes were on Thursday and then the 4 ball was on Friday. I think reversing that to where we're playing foursomes on Sunday, it makes it for a more exciting finish when you're playing that alternate shot format on Sunday. That adds a little more pressure on that type of format for sure. So I think it's been great. I've heard nothing but great things from Zurich folks, fans at home. So there's nothing really I would change whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's nothing I would change about it. I think it's a really good format the way it is, really fun. And what he said, right, having the key days, Friday with the cut might be you might be in the midst of making the cut, and then Sunday being the foursome days being alternate shot, having the extra pressure, I think was a great idea as well.
And just lastly, how do you decide on the ball, who's playing whose ball, and what goes into that decision maybe?
Well, for example, I'll go off number 1. I tee off on the odds, so I'll tee off with his ball, just knowing that he can hit his ball with a wedge. And then par 3s, we play each other's ball. And then par 5, a good way we've done it is if he's teeing off, he'll tee off with his ball. That way I know for sure he's going to have his ball around the green, using his short game. So that's kind of how we've kept it to where you're hitting your iron shots and your wedge shots with your ball. And as long as we're playing well, that's usually how it works out. And like I said, it worked out pretty good. And I've been able to work with his ball a little bit, and he's played my ball in the past, so no issues there whatsoever.
Yeah, I would say the rule of thumb is to have whoever's hitting the shot into the green, the one where you need the most control on, be your own ball, right? Unless there's certain scenarios, obviously in par 5s, when you hit a long shots into the green, well, the ball won't make that much of a difference. But the spin rate on a wedge, 9-iron, does matter, right? So I think having the confidence on that second shot is the most important thing.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, and last but not least, we have Adam Schupak with Golf Week. Adam, go right ahead.
Guys, first of all, where did you go for dinner last night with Coach Spieth?
Desi Vega Steakhouse. I've gotten to know Desi Vega real well throughout the years. Become a pretty close friend. So we always make that kind of a standing tradition Tuesday nights, and we go there and hang out. So great spot.
Okay. And Jon, what was it that made you interested in playing in this event the first time?
I just thought it was fun. You know, we don't get to play this format and actually count the strokes. Usually it's a match play in the Ryder Cup, right? That's the only time. And growing up as a junior golfer in Spain, we have plenty of opportunities to play events like this one or play with a partner. And I thought it's so unique. It was the first I've ever seen on the PGA Tour that it was fun. Obviously, we both enter with different partners, but it's something that's different is appealing to me, and it's you get to experience different things on the golf course. You can rely on a partner. You get those 4-ball days where you get people going double digits on their par pretty easily. It's just a really exciting week overall.
Ryan, was Jordan Spieth trying to get back in with you?
No. We've joked a lot about it in the last few years, but no, I knew he wasn't playing again. I always tease him about who he's going to play with. So, but no, he was. There was no intention of him playing again. So, it's been great. We still play a lot of golf together at home. So, but no, he wasn't trying to get back in.
How important is team chemistry in this event, and what made you guys mesh so well?
I think it's very important. I mean, yeah, of course it's important in any team competition to get along with the guy you're walking in the fairway with, for sure. And we met way back when we played his first tournament at Scottsdale at the Waste Management. We were paired together in the final round, and after that played some practice rounds together. And James and Adam are both close friends. I've known Adam a long time as well. So easy decision when I was wanting to play and looking for a partner when I shot him a text. And we played a lot of practice rounds together as well. So we've definitely connected on a personal level, and it's shown on the golf course as well. And I think it's huge when you're playing this type of format to definitely want to enjoy the time you're with your partner for sure. And if you butt heads, it's going to be hard to rely on each other out there on the golf course.
That is true.
Okay, Jon, they showed some video at the Masters of you getting a little club for your son as a gift. What's the best thing that someone's given Kepa so far?
Well, Callaway did that without it was a surprise. So that was they kind of gave it to me on the range. It was pretty cool. There's been a couple things, mostly just onesies, a couple hats. Nothing that really stood out. I think that club is one of the most special things. My swing instructor sent me a book. And he sent me a text before I got the book. It was a book of Seve, signed, personalized, and with his pictures and a bit of the history of Seve. And he said, little guy's going to have to know who this one was. And I thought that was really special, right, from knowing what Seve meant to me. And there was a couple from sponsors. Travis Matthew made a onesie with the logo of my soccer team. Knowing how much passion I have for that football team back home was also really cool, really unique. So, but the best one, and he wasn't for the baby at all. It was a friend of mine who made a yardage book. He made me a new one, and it's got the logo, the Sun Devil logo, the soccer team logo, my nickname, and then inside he already wrote down before he was born. He gave it to me at Torrey. It was Kepa's name and then Kelly's name on the bottom, and I thought that was really cool. It's not so much for the baby, a little bit for me, but I thought it was such a thoughtful thing from a friend that it's so simple. That's something that I use and I see all the time. That was really, really thoughtful. And that friend is actually on the field. He caddies for KJ Choi. His name is Keith Tykeley. I went to college with him, and it's probably the best one I've gotten.
All right, thanks.
All right, well, Jon and RP, that's all we got for you. We appreciate your time and wish you guys the best of luck this week. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.